I get chills talking about it when she looked at me and said, I feel like you don't even care. And it was like the first time, you know how there's people in your life that can call you on your stuff?
Yeah.
If anybody else had said that, I'd be like, shut up. Like I'm still the guy. I still got the fire. I still got the juice. And the reality is that she's somebody that could call me on my stuff. So I would say it was over the course of a year. And I mean, by month 11, she was telling me just to piss or get off the pot. She was telling me to shut up. Like, stop talking about it if you're not going to do it.
Right.
And so I finally got the courage to do it. And I'm going to get emotional talking about it because this girl is ride or die with me, Joe. But I woke up the next morning. I left. I didn't even know where I was going, right? I had quit. I didn't have a job. I was just got in my truck and was like, I need to go drive around and do something today. And I got a text from her and said, I hope you have the best day ever.
Nice.
And so I took, I would say, about a 2 or 3 month sabbatical. I finally learned how to play golf. I checked some stuff off my bucket list. I
Nice.
spent some good time with my kids. And then I started looking around and say, okay, what does version 2.0 look like? And so because of my previous job, I was very intimate's not the right word, but I was very, very knowledgeable on what every brokerage and every team in the state of Utah was offering. I knew exactly how much they were paying. I knew what leads they were providing. I knew how their systems were set up. I knew how the cookie crumbled with every team and brokerage in the state. And I looked around and I just felt like this was a place, because ultimately I decided I'm going to get back into production. I wanted to get back into production from a different angle. I wanted to go and represent smaller builders here in the state of Utah. If you look at New York City, you got Ryan Serhant. He's the dude that if you have a new development, that's the guy you call. And I wanted to become that in the state of Utah. In Utah, you can look and say, okay, there's your luxury agents, there's your first-time home buyer agents, there's your listing agents. But for some reason, no one's ever been able to corner the market. And new construction makes up about 40 to 50% of the inventory that I have to sell in my current county. And so I joined the Perry Group with that ambition of going and kind of stealing all of these builders and bringing them in-house to the Perry Group to be represented. And then I was on the Perry Group for about a month or so. And then the team owner, who's a dear friend, Michael, called, or he said, hey, can you come sit down with me? And that was kind of the first time. It was about September, October of 2024. We started talking about what would it look like to open up the first additional office for the Perry Group.
Okay.
And so that's how Team Lead Boo came to be.
How close are the two offices?
Oh, we're about 45 minutes apart.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're in downtown Salt Lake and we are, about 45 minutes south.
And is that its own market or is there a crossover?
There's some crossover towards the border. So I think Utah is very different than a lot of these bigger states that I've been to, the Texases, the Colorados, the California, where you have major markets that are really spread out.